Uh-oh, we got a message.
Uh-oh.
In 4 days,
In 4 days.
you will lose access to Facebook. Mommy, it's cold in the nipples. Hello, Tracy. Yo, what's up? Ann says hello. Welcome to Marital Hate. I am Stacy. This is Doug.
Hello.
We are married.
Why am I keep going? I gotta come back.
I don't know.
Hello.
We are married. The podcast is called Marital Hate. We do not normally hate each other.
Not really.
No, sometimes we do though. And
Sure.
like people will be like Marital Hate. And it's a live interactive podcast. It's on Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. unless I'm like really sick or like there's some sort of national disaster or Doug has a gig.
Oh, you had a gig, yeah.
So anyway, it's a live interactive podcast. And you can interact with us while we're live. We'll pull your comments from wherever you're commenting, be it Facebook or YouTube. We'll pull them up into the page and everyone will see them. There's actually 3 different places on Facebook where people can interact. So if there's no people there, it doesn't mean you're alone. We're going to pull your comments up. Like right here is Mark Brandt. So the thing that's really cool. Hey, Mark. The thing that's really cool about our podcast is sell down, Boone. The thing that's really cool about our podcast is we have the most amazing friends. Our haters, which you're a hater right now. You're watching.
I thought we just pretended to like those people.
We love them.
Oh.
And the master haters. There's 2 master haters are here right now. That's right. Tracy and Ann are master haters. Mark's just a little baby hater. Maybe one day he'll grow up to a master hater.
Oh, he could easily, yeah. He could easily
be a master
become,
hater?
yeah. Oh, yeah. He
Use lube.
He's got a. You know why you would like him?
I like everybody.
Because you've met him, but they have
I
a
don't
trailer.
remember. I'm sorry, my brain
They have an
hurts.
RV.
Oh yeah, no, they have a C. They have a Class C, and they go on little vacations.
Does Mark have a C?
If I'm not mistaken,
No,
Mark, do you have a Class C?
I thought they had a trailer.
Mark and
like
Helen Briand.
Yeah.
I believe they have a.
They might.
I believe you have a Class C, if I'm not mistaken. Have you been out yet? By the way, do you know my friend Tracy? Because they have an RV. And one day, Doug and I are going to win the lottery. Actually, tonight, Doug and I are going to win the lottery.
And they run a breakfast truck.
Right?
Today is Wednesday, yeah.
So we're going to win the lottery tonight. I bought a $2 ticket.
$2. That's all it takes to make you holla.
We're going to win. What is wrong with me?
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Last night I was hopping up and down on a horse. Today I'm just dry humping the stairs. I'm on fire. Mark says, do you know it's going to be a blue moon tonight?
Yeah,
yes,
moony.
We do. It was like last night and tonight, I guess. Right. I don't know. We probably should be down at Sanibel Beach.
His name was Blue Moon. That's why.
Well, we will talk.
It's his night.
We will talk about CBs and we will talk about seeing the blue moon up close. You can say motherfucker, but it's not the same as if there's deviled eggs.
That's right. It can't be.
And he says, I go nuts for Master Hater. You are a Master Hater. We're so proud of you. And thank you for coining that phrase.
Nutty.
Ann said, you called Tracy and I masturbators, LOL. I thought I said master haters. Did I say masturbators?
I don't think so.
I don't know if they're masturbators or not, but they are master haters.
She probably took too many grams. Hearing things. Take
some grams, girl. You get it. Speaking of which, I am medicated this evening because I have an excruciating migraine. Woke up in a ton of pain.
I don't know why I'm going in my
it's because the pool is overflowing.
Yeah, the pool is overflowing.
Our pool pump,
right to the
our
edge.
pool pump hath shut the bed.
That has nothing to do with this level.
Yes,
the
but
rain.
No, because we have an overflow thing, and I think it's part of the pump. We're not getting it out.
Don't know.
So as we were saying, our pool pump is not working and our pool is overflowing. And I think it's making it harder for Doug because the water is pretty much up to the edge of the pool.
It's edgy.
We have more on the pool for later. Oh, he has a 5th wheel.
Brian, don't call Helen
baller.
I'm sorry, Mark. Don't call Helen a 5th wheel. That's not
rude.
Nice. She's a nice lady.
Up there is a lovely lizard.
Yep, he's upset. Oh, there's another one running around.
I need to know absolutely everything there is to know about your 5th wheel. Oh. I'm obsessed. I need to know what brand you have, what options you have on it, what you use to tow it. I also need to know how long you can boondock, if you boondock, why you don't boondock. I'd like to know if you have any solar. I'd like to know if you have any solar. I'd like to know what kind of toilet you have. I'd like to know what kind of toilet paper you use. I'd like to know how you organize each and every single cabinet in your house. Can you please make me a video?
And do you have little bins that you bought at Target?
Can I come over? Do you have pets? Doug cannot come over because he'll get allergies.
Oh, yeah. The pets are in the knee. Not so good.
No, my little pet should have you sneezing. That was so
cute.
That
was, that's not
very
what
accurate.
I do. I'm like, it's not good.
And
he's a seasonal man.
Tracy says 40-foot camper, not an RV. Tracy has a travel trailer, and it's adorable.
We look
and
down
that
on you. No, we don't have
you
anything.
can have.
So
She has all you can eat clams every night in her trailer. Do you have all you can eat clams in your trailer?
Do you call the trailer the clam box?
I don't know, but listen, we got all you can eat clams at 4130 Southwest. Oh my God, I can't say my whole address. Anyway, we have all you can eat clams in our house. Come on over. Besides, last night we talked about having a contest. And I wasn't high last night, by the way.
That was pretty damn funny last
But look
night.
how my eyes are super sparkly. Is that because I'm high? Or are they normally this sparkly?
Oh, they're super sparkly tonight. You know why? Because when you weren't looking, I threw glitter in your eye. Yeah.
I think I would know that.
I had glitter in a tube, and I went.
Tracy says self-care is caring. Get it, girl. Mark says she's okay.
That one's all right. Yeah, they've been married for 42.
Wait, what did you say?
41, 42
How is
years?
Stacy?
Huh?
Like, look, I'm gonna be a person.
Yeah,
I'm Mark.
yeah.
How's Stacy?
She's like a overgrown toddler that does a lot of marijuana. That's how she is.
And there you go. He's seasonal and born. Okay, so a kid I went to high school with is also seasonal and born. His name is Jeff Hathaway. Look him up. If you do know him, call him Boom Boom. He's
Boom, boom.
I can send you. I'm Facebook friends with him. But anyway, call him Boom Boom because that's what everybody. His dad and my dad worked together at TMLP and taught Municipal Light Plant. And where we learned to play 45 in the locker room.
You might remember him from Welcome Back, Kotter. Freddie Boom Boom Hathaway.
Couldn't possibly be any different than Freddie Boom Boom Washington. Freddie Boom Boom Washington, very tall and slender African-American man. And Jeff is not.
Jeff is not.
Jeff is not.
Jeff is fine.
And I don't imagine he watches the podcast, but if he does,
But if
shout
he
out
does,
to Jeff.
he's lurking.
Super duper shout out to the rest of my lunch table, who I'm still friends with. Amanda, but my closest friends are Jay Camise, Charlie Brooks, and Chris Pacito. You motherfuckers are what Catholic school is all about. I really am on fire.
The failure of the system.
Oh, I'm just saying, don't send your kids to Catholic school unless you want them to be rebels, and then do it. I didn't send my kids to Catholic school, and they're all like super conservative and buttoned. Anyway, Trey says I have a Keystone Outback 320 BH bunkhouse. You have a bunkhouse?
This is a bunkhouse because she has 8 million adults with her at all times.
Can you please send me a fuckload of photos? And I also want
Nobody wants to see your clam box.
I want to see your clam box RV. I was trying to think of what we could get them for a housewarming gift, just so you know.
Oh, just send them boxes of clams.
They have clams.
Oh, they have the best clams for each other ever. I'd
like to put my clam up against your clam. Oh, and before you know it, we have strobe light butt plugs, epileptic fits, and yeah! Okay. Seriously, there's something so wrong with me.
It really is.
I can't help it.
Really
and by the way, we talked to the West the Rat guy today, and we'll tell you about it.
He did. He was
Ann says, love you, Tracy. How can you not love Tracy? How can you not love Ann? How can you not love Mark and the 8 other people who are here, but we can't see them? Okay.
Well, Mark says ever because that's how long they've been married, ever.
Oh, well, there you go.
How long have you been married for? Ever.
Trace says your makeup is on point. That's why your eyes are glistening.
If it was on point, she would look all like,
P.S. I'm going to see if we can get like an affiliate deal with them just so I can, maybe make some money on this podcast or even break even. But my full face is this. Brow gel from Thrive. Black liner from Thrive.
Is it from Black Velvet collection?
No. Liquid lash extensions from Thrive. The like super berry lip liner and then the gloss. So that is my full makeup routine, and I take good care of my skin, and I drink a lot of water. And also a healthy sex life helps. Thank you for your lovely compliment. Todd says, was that a slow clap?
That's a good slamming. That's what that was. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That was the last time I had a good slamming. I didn't even get a Grand Slam breakfast.
That's what I was going to say. I instantly thought of Waffle House, but no, it's not Waffle House.
That's the worst thing, about this hurricane. We're going to have a hurricane update in a minute, but we do need to talk about it. Todd says hi. Hi, Todd.
Hello, Todd.
Todd and I need to catch up soon. Trey says, I love the lunch table call out. That's badass. Dude, you have to meet these people. Doug, Tracy has to meet these people. Imagine, if you will.
I've never met Jay Camise, but I have met Charlie and Chris. Chris is an awesome guy. Charlie's an awesome guy.
Jay's actually better than both of them put
And I've
together.
never
I'm
met
not
Jay.
even sorry, guys. I love you, but Jay is the fucking shit. And that motherfucker doesn't watch the podcast. I'm gonna yell at him.
Yeah, Jay.
Anyway,
If that is your real name, or if it's just a letter.
shout out to Coil Cassidy, class of '94, baby.
94.
Also,
Make me laugh.
ARHS, class of '94, because I was supposed to graduate from there, but then family drama.
What about Doherty Memorial High School, class of '83?
Aww.
Go Highlanders.
Honey, those people don't know how to work the internet. They're too
No,
old.
well, they have that thing around their neck that if they fall down, they can
Oh, we're
press
going
it
to
and the
talk about
police come.
that. Oh, God, we totally forgot about that. And then Tracy says, la, 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 for clams.
La, la, la.
Yeah, like, la, 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 la. That's what she...
I don't
Super
know.
high.
Well, wait, last
I'm
night we
not even
talked
that
about
high yet.
doing the alphabet, and tonight we're talking about la 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 la.
Oh my God. Wait,
yeah.
what was I thinking about?
I don't know, but we have to catch up on the
But wait, it was right before the after the la la la.
clams, Amherst, colleges,
Amherst. No.
classes. I'm Facebook friends with a few of the lunch table people I remember from.
Well, I need to fucking yell at Jay. Tom's here, and he says Sisters
Hello,
box
Thomas.
set would make a good housewarming gift. Well, I do like watching incest. No, but like if it's on the show, I'm like incest because I like
Sisters
dramas,
is a
but I
band.
don't want real incest to happen.
Scissor Sisters is a disco band.
Oh, okay.
They brought disco back, by the way.
Oh. I
Um,
thought it was like a series, a box set of porn about lesbians called The Sisters. Hang on. There's
you know
gotta
what?
be
It's just, yeah.
a lesbian porn about the Scissor Sisters. That has to be a thing. Somebody look that up. Trace, I'm
It's
sorry to
Edward
bother you, but could you look that up?
Penis hands.
P.S. If we ever can make some money, do you want to be our producer? And Mark says class of 77.
Yeah, baby. Back when books were made of rock. A big
Can I tell
stone
him?
tablet. What?
Can I tell him?
But what? That you were born in 76?
I was born in 76.
Yeah.
I am into old dudes, though, as you can see. So that's not a bad thing.
Mark had a car older than you.
I had a car
had the
older than
Chevelle.
me.
Mooney had the Chevelle, baby. The Mooney Mobile.
Trace says exactly the la 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 for clams. That's exactly what I'm picturing
something?
in my head when I wrote
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be doing it all fucking night long by myself, but I am flexible. Maybe I can.
You can't do it because you'll drown at this point. All right. Mark will know about the tomato. Well, Mark, remind me to tell you about the tomato later.
Tom says that's a band and a porno. And Tom says Sister Sisters is what you call lesbians who says. Thank you for explaining that to us.
Also a band.
Class
wait.
of 2000. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my
baby.
God.
2000.
Oh my God.
2000.
That's
In
sad.
2000,
That's sad. In 2000,
I had 4 children in 2004.
I was already on my second house.
Oh no, I was pregnant with number 4.
Oh, she was born in
2000.
Oh, she was born in
Graduated, I'm assuming in June.
No, she wasn't. She born in 01?
No, 2000.
Oh, she went out at the end of 2000, right? You're right.
Tom says a la soul sister, soul brother.
What about Eskimo brother?
Huh? You're gonna join the EBDB?
The Eskimo brother.
Eskimo Brothers database. Let's make it a thing. I want to know if that's. Can somebody look that up? Is Eskimo Brothers a thing? Is Sister Sisters a thing? Tom
No more
says
coming in hot with 74.
class of 74.
Yeah, but-
Oh, you could have been my daddy.
I have a feeling that Tom saw much cooler bands than
My
we did.
parents didn't
But
graduate.
then you did.
My
I saw some good
so my
bands.
parents didn't graduate,
Yeah,
and my dad
would have been.
would have. I don't know if my dad had dropped out when he got my mom knocked up. He was 17, and then my mom was 15 in 76 when my
That's
mom.
scandalous right there.
Yeah.
So
They made good decisions. No, actually, they made bad decisions. They weren't happy, and my mom liked to remind me of it on a regular basis by telling me she liked to have an abortion. So
that's not nice.
I digress. Class of 74. Trace says, "Hey, at least I was born in the 80s." Do you see the look on my
Yeah,
face?
so was Wham.
Things that were born in the 80s.
Oh, you know what? I found out a little
Jeez.
tidbit about
Oh, I think
about
Darcy was born
the
in the 80s.
band Wham.
Do you know that George Michael was gay?
I did know that, but you know what? I just found out the other guy was straight.
Okay.
He was like going
Just
out with one
because
of the
two
girls
guys
from
hang out together all the time
Bananarama.
doesn't mean they're all.
Oh no, I think that usually means they, when they jitterbug together and come out in the matching outfits with the hair and all that stuff.
That's it. Doug and Buzz are officially gay. Tom says yes. And he says Eskimo Brothers is when two dudes nail the same lady. Thank you for spelling that out for us, Tom. I thought we had already talked about it. Yeah. Anyway.
No, it was from, yeah.
Mark says my kids were born in the 80s.
Oh, they seem nice. They seem nice.
So
Mark's kids.
So kids born in the 80s are like old enough to have like kids of their own now?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Yeah.
What about kids? Are there any kids in the 90s?
Because they'd be like
okay, hang on.
3 years old.
Hear me out. Most. Are there any kids born in the 90s that have children?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, the twins were born in 96 and they're old enough to have had children.
What about Zach's friend there that has the baby? She was born in the 2000s.
Oh my God. In the 2000s. Yeah. You can be born in the 2000s and have a kid.
Yeah. You could probably
that was like last week.
Born in the 2010s and have
so you were born last week and now you have a kid.
Probably not a good idea.
Just by the way,
when I go feed each other.
When I go anywhere to deal with like professionals, like bankers or accountants, lawyers, business executives, and the like, and they're 5 years old, I'm like, oh my God, look at you, so cute, and you look like I grown up. Oh, that's so cute. They don't like that. I don't give a fuck. I think, especially like people, not our banker, not our accountant. By the way, shout out to Ken at Wells Fargo. If you need someone for investments or a bank to go to, I cannot recommend him enough. Absolutely amazing. And he's from Florida. He's like a leprechaun.
He's very tan.
He's not like a leprechaun, but he's like a unicorn. Like he's not like a unicorn either. Do you know what a unicorn is?
No.
A unicorn is a lady that will fuck a couple. That is a unicorn.
Oh.
So he is not a unicorn or a leprechaun, but he's not, I mean, he's fancy, but he's not fancy. Like if I say he's fancy,
I don't think he's not fancy when he's not at work is the thing.
I meant to say fancy, like fabulous. Well, no,
he's not fabulous.
He's like a super down.
He's a dude.
He's neither fancy or fabulous or a unicorn or a leprechaun, but we love him. He's awesome. Anyway, highly recommend Ken Jenkins at Wells Fargo on Northeast Pine Island Road for all your banking needs. And I also highly recommend I don't know my accountant's last name. She's just hot ass Megan.
Yeah.
My accountant Megan, hit me up if you need an accountant. She's got this amazing accent. She is just a love and she's freaking brilliant. And she's not that expensive. So if you need an accountant, let me know. I got your girl. And then, but those people I can be me around.
Yes. There's not many people
yesterday,
you can be around. Although you're 100% of the time. So I don't know what you're talking about.
But sometimes I button it up a little bit.
Oh, really?
Well, yesterday I got a phone call from Wells Fargo because I was telling them how much I love my favorite banker. It was not Kenneth. I may have told Kenneth because the guy called me and left me a voicemail. It was like, hey, you love Kenneth. Can you come tell us why? And I'm like, so I called the office back and they were like, all of our operators are busy right now. And I'm like, okay. Well, I really gave him a lot of shout outs because he was really good to us. And I like Megan even more than if I like Ken, if that's even possible, because Ken just opened an account for us. Megan's helping us with the tax situation. Stuff, yeah. So she helped us with the LLC. Like she's just amazing. If you own a small business, you want to talk to Megan.
Okay.
So anyway, I left him a Google review, a tweet, and then I answered the survey. And so they call me and I'm like, nobody answered the phone. So I texted him and I'm like, can you just go in that guy's office and tell him I said to blow you? Oh no, I said give you a Hummer were my exact words.
Okay, all right. That's
which
way
is
more
really funny because that message turned green very quickly, which means I think he hid it or removed it as an SMS because he was on his work computer. He was like, fuck, Stacey, what are you doing?
Can't do that.
So then the guy calls me. I have to compose myself. Not like a normal person. I'm like, well, James, he was very professional. But not only is he professional, he's incredibly down to earth and disarming.
Why do you turn Irish?
I don't know what I am. I'm doing my speech that I was doing. It's like when I go to the flea market and I have a southern accent and also RV shopping.
You just launched into your Dr. Riley.
I don't think I've ever done that one before. Somebody can finish my story.
I'm waiting.
Y'all can tell me what kind of accent it is when I'm done. Okay. Well, James, Kenneth was incredibly professional. Not only was he professional, but he was incredibly courteous and knowledgeable. He has extensive licensure, and he's
firm handshake.
Incredibly down to earth, and incredibly down to earth and disarming. I find him to be quite charismatic. You're quite lucky to have him. That's not the kind of thing you can teach. Now I am Irish. It's not the kind of thing you can teach. I have to be honest with you. You really need to. And he said some nonsense. Oh, well, we're going to give him recognition. I'm like, well,
we have a matrix of performance.
I'm sure you understand, James.
That we reward.
I'm finishing my story.
I'm just being.
You can make your own one, but that's not what
the show.
You weren't even there. You weren't there. You keep tripping me up.
I heard your part of the story, so I'm gonna be the guy.
No, I don't want you to be the guy.
What you
Stop! Can you just let me do what I'm doing?
Do your thing.
You've interrupted me 3 times now.
Wow.
I'm gonna flip your fucking float. Keep it up.
Go ahead.
Funny man.
Now you're wasting time.
Anyway. Oh no, because they would love it if I tipped you into the pool and you accidentally fell forward and chipped a tooth. You're gonna have to get dentures.
I have dental right now.
We don't have anything right now.
I got nothing.
Hopefully on Tuesday. Let's just wait for that check to clear. Anyway, I, basically like put on like my face. I talked about my history in the financial services industry, and that I was a top performer, and I know, what the job entails, and he's really got it, and they should hang on to him because if he leaves, he's gonna take his whole book with him. And so I'm not saying I know any other professionals that have done that, but go and work for yourself. Okay. Tom says, if you need more sexual act definitions, the guy who released 77 Rusty Trombones is here for you. Thank you.
77.
Do you know that I knew what all those things were? I did. I think these people.
But you didn't know that Scissor Sisters was an actual band.
No, I thought it was a porno.
Yeah, well, okay. It was. So there you go.
Here we are. If it's sexual, I know about it. If it's music related, I probably don't know about it. Now we know.
Okay.
Do you know about musical things?
Yes.
Do you know about sexual things?
Not a lot. I know slot A into tab B.
That's not true. You know what a rusty trombone is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, there you go.
I know what a Cincinnati steamer is.
A Cleveland
steamer.
Trace is laughing. Lisa
Carl.
says, hey, Lisa, nice normal person. Oh, God. Lisa, did you ever think I was going to be like this when you met me? Lisa says, my son was born in 1985, just turned 38, has children. Now I just realize you're probably closer to my son's age than us.
Yeah, but I'm Lisa's age. So.
Well, okay. So I'm 47. So I'm 9 years older than your son. But Doug is 3,000. So he's older than you. It averages out. Oh, yes, that's right. 3,004. I'm sorry.
Don't forget.
Trace says you can't afford that Marital Hate. Mark says, I don't think you guys have ever finished a story.
Very true.
That's possible.
Because
some people like to interrupt me while I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence. And it's so funny when I need you to contribute, you have nothing to say. But when I'm in the middle of an anecdote, you're like, Lisa says no, but maybe a little. Okay. So, hurricane update.
It was breezy today.
I had my tits calm the whole time. After the podcast last night, the pool water was a little cold. It's just about the same temperature tonight. I don't know why I was being such a pussy last night. I think I just didn't want to swim, but I made up for it today. And then we got very little. There are people that are in coastal areas in Southwest Florida, like, Fort Myers Beach, perhaps Sanibel, Captiva, Pine Island, even Cape Coral, where the super tide, because with the full moon, you get the super tide, combined with the hurricane.
It's called the king tide.
King tide. Okay, there you go. King tut.
It has nothing to do with king tut.
Maybe King Tut is influencing the tides from beyond. What do you fucking
King
know,
Tut?
Nefertiti?
He gone.
Settle down, Nefertiti. Okay.
He gone.
Okay. So, what happened? What had happened was, we hung down the banana hammocks because they swing. that was like the only thing we
took
did.
some precautions.
We didn't
for
even,
wind.
we have rocking chairs out front. We left
Did
them
not even
there.
take
We
the
didn't bring the
plants in.
plants in. Like didn't even take the lights down, which thank God, because we wouldn't have the energy to put them back up.
We just they'd be a lump in the corner.
So in any case, not the point. The point is Cape Coral was minimally affected by the storm. As I had said from the beginning would happen. Everyone, calm your goddamn tits. Okay, so then this morning there was some wind. Ooh. Oh, yesterday at one point it was downpouring, but it was like before the hurricane hit land, and I was getting gas and the rain was coming down. It was kind of getting me, and I went out and like just stood there like this. See my belly sticking out? Ooh, ooh. This is a tank top. Can you see through this one? Do you see anything?
No.
But you can see, right? Oh, look, you can see the silhouette.
The silhouette.
No, sit.
Whatever. Just
See?
say. Oh, I interrupt you. I interrupt you, and I cause so much.
Okay, but
guff.
it's funny that you can see like a teeny tiny nipple outline.
I don't even care. I will say this: as far as hurricane preparedness goes, the rule of thumb is prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
What we do is
it's like this podcast.
Doug takes
hope for
is
the
it
best.
Ativan or these?
Oh my
what do they
fucking
call
God! It was a Cat 5.
What kind are they though?
Huh?
What kind of pills do you have?
I told you not talking about the fucking pills anymore.
Is it Allegra?
Anybody else want to go through a Cat 5 hurricane when you're 4 miles from the goddamn Gulf of New Mexico? Gulf of Mexico, 155 mile an hour winds bearing down, 15-foot storm surge, and you're just gonna sit there. Oh, this is lovely. You need to fucking relax yourself before you wreck yourself.
What I'm saying to you is that there are two options for hurricane preparedness: solar panels, generators, waders, flares,
Jim Cantori,
other things. We never got our fucking water meter, Jim. Oh, that was a wink news, people. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that you can get an extensive hurricane preparedness kit. Publix has a nice book that tells you exactly what you should have
news.
In your hurricane book.
Who never sent me my rain gauge, by the way?
My
free rain gauge.
Did you literally not just hear me say that?
Yeah. I'm mad.
Were you listening?
I'm still mad.
Were you not?
I had to reinforce because nobody listens to women.
About what you were going to say to listen to what I was saying? This marital hate thing is working out pretty well for me. I kind of wish the water was colder in the pool. So there's a book you can get. But what we found for the hurricane, the solution was, let me tell you, a little cannabis oil, maybe. I don't think I really used it. Few Ativan. Perfect. Because he finally stopped pacing a fucking hole in the floor. We did have water up to the house, though. And we were very fortunate.
The windows in the front of our house were whistling.
Oh, yeah.
And they would change pitch as the wind got higher.
It was like a thermalin.
Yeah, it was theremin.
Theremin.
Oh, by the way, Stacey's been making up words today.
What was it? Salivitating.
Syllabitate. Does anybody want to guess what syllabitate?
Not syllab, syllabitate.
Syllabitate. All right, syllabitate. Is anybody?
I'm gonna see what these comments say.
All right.
Does the Cincy steamer come with spaghetti like their chili?
Nobody wants that.
Only if you have a bad case of ropeworms.
Ropeworms.
Those are parasites that can come in your butthole. Some lady just had a live tapeworm removed from her brain.
It wasn't a tapeworm. It was a worm.
Well, it could have been a roundworm. It could have been spaghetti.
It was a worm.
I have currently a millipede burrowing in my brain and laying eggs. It's not. We'll come back to that. Lisa says LOL, but maybe a little. There you go. Tom says tomato.
Mark, it is. Mooney, you remember Jazzy had his El Camino? He named it tomato. Well, our young friend, who's our Jazzy,
we call him Jazzy.
Our Jazzo, just bought a red Jeep Wrangler, which I told him he had to call the tomato,
and he does,
and it stuck. So the legacy lives on of tomato.
Mark says blue moon.
Yeah, it's a blue moon.
And
a blue
Mark
pill.
Said a blue pill.
Whatever works for you, Mark. You know,
I always forget which one it is that I took, but it's the one where you know all the shit that you don't want to know, and you wish you took the other pill.
What are you talking about?
Red pill, blue pill from the Matrix.
Well, he's talking about the Viagra.
Okay, well, you took that once, but didn't really do anything.
Well, yeah, my doctor gave.
His dick was just as good.
And
I joke actually because we're friends with our doctor.
It just made my face red as well.
Well,
she called up during my physical. Hey, give him.
So we're friends. So I'll either call him or text him or like whatever, and I'll be like, hey, he needs a prostate exam with 3 fingers.
And so then he's like, well, which one do you want? And I'm getting my blood drawn by the girl, whatever. And it's like, well, there's one that's fast acting, and then there's one that acts over like a 6-hour period, or there's one that lasts like
a boner pill. It was just for fun. But it didn't do anything.
Didn't take it so whatever. Didn't need it. I just thought it might make me superhuman. I don't know.
I think it would lower your blood pressure.
Could kill me.
Don't do that. Okay.
You only gave me like 2.
Okay.
So I can lower my blood pressure for this podcast.
Ian says, Doug, you're walking a tightrope. I don't know what are you walking a tightrope about?
Probably with you.
That's true. But what are you walking a tightrope?
Oh, because I said something about nobody. I said I was repeating what you said because nobody listens to women.
Raise your hand if you would like me to punch Doug in the nuts. It's a live interactive podcast. How is his blood pressure after that? After
taking Viagra thing or whatever.
Oh, we weren't checking it at the time. But I think sildenafil lowers your thing.
It all sends it to.
Trey says that's pinworms. I would like to get the worms out of my body. I have a problem. I pooped a little today. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about pooping at some other point.
No, we're not. This is a poop-free zone.
It's not a poop-free zone.
You're in the pool. You're not pooping.
Everybody poops. Nobody poops in the pool, I hope. Mark says, ha.
About the tomato.
And it's funny. Okay, so today we woke up in this morning, put on my new plastic shoes.
I don't know what song that's supposed to be.
Gloves. It's the Lunch Lady song. Adam Sandler. Woke up this morning, put on my
nobody
new
in this
plastic.
audience knows Adam Sandler songs.
Of course they do.
They're either from the 2000 era or
Tracy,
the 70s.
And Mark, do you guys know the Lunch Lady song? Lisa, you might know it. Oh, Tom will know it. Tom will know it for sure.
Oh, Tom Bauer?
Yeah. Okay, anyway. But you pooped a little. Like very little. Trey says no after the CBD.
I didn't have any CBD.
And then Mark says yes. Y'all, I think sometimes
he wants you to punch me in the nuts.
Oh.
Thanks, Mark. I'll take a rain check. I'll give you a voucher.
You give me
I'm giving
you
a voucher.
I don't want a voucher. It's a rain check.
All right. No. Stop. The water's way too cold to be going in the water tonight.
I am in the water.
That's why I'm floating up on this.
So, by the way, I had
island of love.
So there was this whole thing, and I don't know if it's everybody. Yes, no. So if you're answering a question, you got to give us some kind of clue because we can't even remember what we're talking about, much less a comment 5 minutes later. Please and thank you. And also, if you're watching the podcast later, you can comment and people will respond to you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you're live,
not as cool.
Yeah, no, you're not as cool if you're not live. The live kids are the cool kids. Anyway, so last night was an interesting phase. So like, I'm not saying I believe this, but I had seen a thing and I figure why not? So I had read an article, and by read an article, I mean watched a TikTok. So
not what reading an article means. Watching a TikTok means watching a TikTok. Reading an article.
I read a lot of articles.
A periodical.
I read a lot of articles and I watch a lot of TikToks. I cannot tell the difference. I have a lot of orgasms from my vibrator, and I have a lot of orgasms from you, and I can't tell which are which. Do you want me to start being categorizing things and being very specific like that?
Yes.
Oh. You'll get less stickers.
I need data like everything
That
else
gets
in the world.
Sticker when I have an orgasm. He does.
Either way. Works for me.
He likes a sticker. Trey says, what did you give him to stop pacing and knock his ass out? It was
Ativan.
But that was last time. 3.
Yeah, not this time. I didn't take anything this time because I'm badass.
Mark says no punching.
But first he said yes. So what did he say yes to?
He could have been saying yes to anything. That's why you have to tell us.
Say yes to the dress, Mark.
Because we're spaz. Like you could just write yes in parentheses to the dress.
What?
So supposedly in an astrological way, the way that the planets and the moon were aligned, normally the moon is in like a different phase of a different planet. Like the moon is in Uranus, which would be very uncomfortable, but here we are. And then the moon is in Uranus, or it's in Venus, or it's in some other planet. But that affects astrological and human design type things. And for something like 12 hours last night, from like 10 p.m., I meant to tell you guys, I'm sorry, till 7 a.m. this morning, we were not aligned with any planet. And it was supposed to be a really good time to manifest good new things, which is
convoluted,
which is interesting because we're having a good day.
Well, we have the potential to have a very good day and a good life. A good life.
I believe it was all good news, and it's all going to come true. And things are finally turning around for us.
Maybe. We don't know, but we're hoping. We're hoping that
we can stop
just
a little bit of the bleeding. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is
out my ass, bleeding out my ass.
He has hemorrhoids.
It's the no.
He doesn't. I've never seen them.
Would you like to? Examine my butthole.
Yeah, show me.
And see how nice and
show America
non-bunt cake.
America, like, who wants to see that butthole? I bet it's pink like the rest of you.
Huh?
I think it's pink with like little gray hairs.
Look at. I've seen your butt.
It looks like a bun cake.
You shouldn't be throwing glass houses, stones at glass houses.
My butthole looks like a bun cake. I'm very sad about it. Leave me alone.
I do not know what. Yeah.
You know what? That guy will lick my asshole all day. So I almost said the name.
Yeah. So Mark said yes to the lunch lady. So Tracy has a comment before that.
Trace says, does Doug have a sticker chart on the refrigerator? I usually just come in and give it to him, but no, usually I put it in my book for him.
Yeah, it's her
sticker
book.
In my book.
She needs
Do you want me to bring the sticker? Well, I like to track.
I think you should have a book for just me. And you write little descriptions.
I was actually thinking about getting you a book like mine where I could just put your stickers in every day.
Nah, I got no time for that. It's more paperwork. I don't have any time for paperwork.
What about a chart? Would you do a chart?
Chart.
Yeah.
The Charty McDennis.
And you can get a prize at the end.
I'll have a Charty McDennis, please.
Would you like a chart with all the things you're supposed to do to be healthy?
No, I know what I'm supposed to do to be healthy.
And you're going to start doing it when?
I've been taking the supplements like by the handful.
Well, you're getting more, so brace yourself.
Great.
Mark says yes. Lunch lady. I loved that skit. Tracy and we manifested all good shit. Yay. Tracy, tell them your story.
There's good
Mark says Saturn was visible. We were not really paying attention. Our skies were a little cloudy.
My Uranus was visible.
Tracy says grape nuts out of the buttocks.
I don't know. That's if you have like little poops or something.
No, they were bigger than that. But if I have to push on my perineum for them to come out. I'm having a problem.
Crazy.
I don't know what's going on. I do not have a bleached asshole, Mark, but I had a friend that once called me and asked me if my asshole was bleached. And I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? She's single. Why are you doing that? She wasn't really getting a lot of dick. She should watch the podcast. Some friend. I like the boring else. It's just like I understand the podcast isn't for everybody, but like it costs you nothing to watch our podcast. So watch it sometime. See if you like it. If you don't like it, just be like, it's not for me. I respect that.
Bunch of cheap people watching this
so
free
cheap
podcast
that they won't watch the free podcast. They couldn't even get through 3 minutes.
We can't even afford the bleach, Mark.
Trace wants to know, is there a growth chart anywhere on a wall? No, but I am considering marking our tape measure. Because if you rub castor oil on your penis and you have a bend, it will straighten it out. And you could, in theory, gain a little length. And I know somebody who needs some castor oil on his penis. Actually, I don't want him to have castor oil on his penis. I'd like it just the way it is. But I also need to test this theory. I'm torn.
Go find yourself a guy with a bent dick and put castor oil on his dick. You come back and let me know. Do the research.
Oh, that would work out if I had some other guy, because then I could keep yours the way it is and I can straighten his. If you have a bent penis and I have no desire to have sex with you, please call me. Trace says, we bid on a house in Georgia and they accepted our bid. Now we need to find jobs, sell our house, and move. Yes! So you guys,
wait, wouldn't you already like have the jobs before, like?
No, because they're moving for the house. So I wanted Tracy to say this, and I cannot wait for them to move in. I'm so excited for them. So Tracy found this amazing house, 3,500 square feet. And you know what's going to happen in the pool house out back? That's 1,100 square feet.
Whack chicka wow wow.
In any case, we support you. Do your thing, girl. Congratulations. We're so happy for your family. Oh, ladies. Hey, ladies. Yep.
You've driven our viewership down quite a bit.
It's because my dancing is so bad. I can't believe it. Nobody loves us. And then Trace says, I've been schooled.
I think we were just talking about something stupid.
We're always talking about something stupid. Take pictures.
The penis with the castor oil or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I always teach new tips on the show. A lot of people
we could share that photo that I just airdropped because we had a visitor today.
Did you see that? It was canceled.
What do you mean? Why'd you cancel it?
I didn't cancel it. If you could tell me where it is, I would pull it up. Do you see it anywhere?
Sending it again, and you're just going to double click on it. Boom. Double click on it. No. Share.
Where's your window?
Right there.
Okay. I was actually finishing chronologically. So I had weird dreams last night.
Oh, okay.
Saw my dead grandparents. Woke up hysterical.
You're crying
my eyes out.
Night, like 5 a.m. crying.
So like, sad.
What did I do?
And I also had this whole family childhood trauma with like my awful family saying awful things, and my grandparents who I loved so much, and just being like, it freaks me out whenever I see them. So I always like wake up and I start crying. So that's what happened last night. And Doug consoled me for a minute. So thank you for that.
I was like, what the hell? I'm going back to bed.
It sounded like you were consoling for a second there, but then you just fucking ruined it.
No, I was kidding. I consoled you in the middle of the night.
It was nice. I mean, it would have been nicer if he was like, hey, can I do anything? Like, he did not do that. So I was thinking it was a good thing, but now I'm starting to think he was doing the bare minimum. Anyway, I got up at 5 shortly after that and got about my day. So I was dealing with my normal meditation. I did a lot of journaling, my meditation, all that stuff, praying for y'all. You need it. Y'all need Jesus.
Yeah.
And
something.
And Douglas then got up. We did the meditation. I drove my neighbor to work.
The breathing first.
And then we had an important phone call that went very well. Then there was
my parole officer.
I went to clean up because the rat. So he's not a rat guy. He's a pest guy.
The exterminator guy.
The exterminator guy, but we call him Wes the rat guy because when we first moved in, there was a fucking rat in the wall, and we had to have a fucking exterminator come, and it was not
no
good.
Rats ever. Well, they're palm rats because they climb up the palm trees and they eat the palm.
If you have palm trees with fruits on them, you're gonna get them.
But they cut that tree down, so I think we're.
But we have a speaker in our garage that seems to be keeping them away.
Well, the rats the rat, because this house was not occupied for a while, but we have to get treated because the ants down here are insane. They're these little
if you live in Southwest Florida, you have a pest control company.
Dot of an ant.
Actually, I don't know anyone in Florida who doesn't have a pest control company.
No, that's pretty much
So anyway, what was I gonna say?
So you got up, you were in, and then Wes came and blah blah blah.
So we got off the call, and then I went to clean up because Amazon came with Doug's backpack for his flight. He's so excited. He's like, Dorothy,
it looks nice.
I'm gonna get him a map and everything.
It looks tactical.
So he's got his backpack, and I'm going to clean up because the rat guy's coming, and I don't want the house to be. It was a total disaster. I didn't have a bra, and I was in the same dress I wore last night, and I moved Doug's shoe, and the tiniest little gecko shows up, and here he is.
This is how big he is. That's the rug.
So freaking cute. Look at the pile of the rug. Look how teeny.
He looks like a little alligator.
He's so cute, little baby boy. And
so we scooped him up in a little butterfly net and put him in our tomato plants.
That we did.
We didn't want to put him out in
the best way to do this.
The windy wind and whatnot.
I did make a little video of him.
Oh yeah.
And of us trying
he was teeny tiny. He was adorable. He was probably scared. And I tried to treat him nicely.
Oh, I can definitely do it over.
So if anybody else has had any small geckos in their house, in their shoe, mind you, please let us know.
Okay, here's the video. What do I do? AirDrop?
AirDrop. Yeah. Might take a while because it's a long. You video things for 20 minutes.
It was 1 minute.
Oh.
So is that going over? Do you have to hit AirDrop?
AirDrop. Boom. Here it comes. And there it is.
That's it?
Yeah, I believe. It'll show how dirty our house is, but whatever.
It's okay. They don't care. Okay. Ready? I think that the Cuban tree frogs are back. You guys should love this. It's really cute. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Window.
Next one. There you
go. Okay. We will watch a lizard video.
You're the cutest little boy in the whole wide world. We love you. We're going to give you a nice home
give him a good
with
shake.
A pool and other lizards and flamingos and trees. Maybe put them in a tomato plant.
strawberry plant, money plant?
The money plant seems to be occupied. Put him in a tomato plant.
You guys seem to like.
You can have some vegetables. Would you like some tomatoes?
Where do you go?
He's in there.
There's, I think, a whole family of geckos.
There you go, little guy.
You want a plant?
There you go. There's your little
Look at that.
You have a little home
man
now.
right there.
Good job. Welcome to your new home.
It's like a little place.
You have a new home. We're so glad you're here. We'll see if you're still here on the podcast. You want to be a podcast guest?
Podcast gecko. Maybe it could be. We could get Geico as a
sponsor. Have you seen the content of our podcast? You're so good. We love you. Want a tomato? We like you. You can have a tomato. What are they? Oh, they eat bugs.
It is not tomato season.
Oh, there's definitely bugs on that plant, so you should be good.
Are those
Hi, buddy?
bugs?
I don't think so.
I don't know if they're bugs or not. Okay, how do I make that stop?
Just stopped. Stop screen. There you go.
So we need a name for the little lizard. A. B. What are those things on my fucking tomato plant?
Yeah, it's crazy hot. It's been crazy hot lately, so it's not really plant season down here right now. But yeah, it grows a couple tomatoes.
We have our chives alive. Our sage is alive.
The herbs are doing well. The strawberries are like kind of stagnant.
The jalapenos never really did anything.
Jalapenos grow and they try to look like they're gonna do okay, and then they start.
What we're doing, it's terrible. Yeah. Tracy said, Ann said, Tracy got the house. Congratulations, right? Oh, so yeah, they've got to move across the country and find jobs when they get down here. So they're coming to the south.
Yeah, baby.
Tracy says, how was your blood pressure today, Doug?
Didn't measure it today.
He did not measure it today. I will say this. Usually when his blood pressure is up, his face gets red and he's anxious and he gets headaches. Ann says, did your parole officer in Boston refer you to another parole officer in Florida?
No, because there is no parole officers in Florida because there are no rules here.
Well, and she's moving to Georgia. I didn't have a parole officer, but if I did, I would be a girl gone wild. It's Florida, baby. We just do that. Everybody has a fucking, what do you call it?
Record?
Parole officer. The parole officers have parole officers. Okay, so there's new comments. It says all of Florida needs a pest control company. Yep. I don't want these. There's a lot of natural ways to eliminate pests, but what do? We not only do we release pesticides into the ecosystem to kill bugs, but then we release genetically modified mosquitoes.
Wow.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Tracy says, thank you. I don't know what's scarier than fucking genetically altered mosquitoes.
That's pretty frightening, yeah. Robot mosquitoes with, never mind.
Like government COVID stuff in it?
Can't say it. Can't say it. You're going to get banned.
I'm banned in the USA. That was a joke, people. Consult the CDC or your local news network or healthcare official for, sound medical advice, because we definitely do not know what the fuck we're talking about.
What the hell's a healthcare official?
I don't know. Fauci. Yes, genius in Florida. I do enjoy it here. I think somebody was telling me that you can literally get away with murder in Alaska.
In Alaska? Well, it's like the Wild West out there. It's crazy.
Well, she said that they just can't, there's not enough cops.
I don't know.
So I am thinking about maybe committing some crimes because Florida's the same way. So,
yeah, but down here, everybody got guns.
Wes, the rat guy, came.
Wes, the rat guy came. It was good to see him.
Shout out to Wes. Woo! If you need pest removal in Southwest Florida, request Wes at Tony's. We love him. He's awesome.
Good dude.
He's from Massachusetts, and he drives a Jeep. And I gave him the first duck that we got that looks like a little baby flamingo. If you have a Jeep, let us know. Maybe we'll send you one. Okay, so we chatted with Wes the rat guy, and what topic came up once again?
Scissoring with light up butt plug.
Yes, scissoring light up butt plug stripper tent.
I wonder
always find a way to bring
that up
into the conversation. He brought up the light up butt plug.
No, you brought up the light up.
No, he brought up the light up butt plug first, and that sent me on a tirade about other things.
Yeah.
He started it.
I don't remember him saying.
He was telling me about a stripper with a light up butt plug, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if it's."
Oh, by the way, yeah, your face lit up like a kid on Christmas morning. Like, oh, you know about light up butt plugs? Let me tell you about a 20-minute story. About
I did.
Light up butt
I couldn't get rid of him today. Wes just wanted to fucking hang out. It was awesome. I like him, but I'm like, dude, you have your sunglasses on, you're in the house. It's fucking weird. A. B, can you come sit down? Like, I don't like to stand, or I don't like to look at you from behind. And my titties were out, and like not out, but like I was wearing like a nightgown kind of thing. Like all of my old clothes are basically these old shapeless dresses that hid my body, and they are very old because I've worn nothing but them for like the last 4 years.
Well, the one you were gonna wear last night broke. When
I wore is going to broke. I had another one break. Another one had a hole in it. The moral of the story is Stacey desperately needed clothes. And
I bought morals here.
I bought the tank top things with the bra built in, but some of the ones that I bought are actually giving me back pain. Ooh. So I have to go back to the original kind, which is like $17.99 or something, as opposed to 2 for $17.99. I like that price.
You get what you pay for.
So West Rack guy left, and then you did a project.
It was lunchtime, and guess what happened? And we were like still in the hurricane moved out, but there were still some rain bands, and there was still some. There was very breezy here today, very very
breezy,
tropical,
very breezes, but like nothing more than we normally get every year.
This is a tropical warm wind where the trees are blowing around.
Every day.
Palm trees are blowing around.
We have
probably saw it at the
afternoon monsoons are like a thing. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's 3 o'clock.
So at lunchtime, we decided to. It's beautiful. I went out here and I was like, oh, it's pretty nice out here, and we decided to play.
Get that dirty cock away from me.
In the pool.
How do you do that? You just don't say bad words on the show.
No, because I have a reputation to uphold.
I do not.
It is your reputation.
Do I.
The naughty words are your reputation.
That's true.
So anyway, so we get in the pool. I had set the timer for half an hour because I was on lunch break.
Am I like Sophie Lennon?
Who's Sophie Lennon?
Remember Mrs. Maisel, and the lady was like ridiculous on stage, but she was totally different in real life?
Maybe. No, you're totally ridiculous in real life.
No.
Okay. This is real life. So we get in the pool. The pool is about an inch from overflowing. It was freezing because of the rain and the storm and all that stuff, right? So we start playing. It's dark. It's thundering, right? It comes over. This dark black cloud comes over and just opens up, but it opens up at like about a 45-degree angle.
Hang on,
this way.
We got all the way up to 20.
So we got to 20 in this crazy swirling wind.
They would get midair and then just take a left.
They move like,
or they get a gust and go up because they're called shuttlecocks, but birdies. Yeah. Ooh, itchy.
It's the centipede. So,
oh my god, I'm gonna have nightmares. So
we played this thing. By the end of this game, it was raining harder than I have ever seen it rain.
Not that it was pretty hard.
It was coming sideways.
Fucking sheets.
It was
but it was soft rain. It wasn't like the stingy rain.
No, it was fine. It was nice and warm, whatever. And so I start yelling out orders. It's in the starboard, like I was a ship captain.
And then I'm Lieutenant Dan. And we did discuss, oh my God, there's only 2 people watching, but would you like to know all the ways that I am like Lieutenant Dan?
No, wait. I want to finish the thing.
Okay.
So I get out of and I'm screaming because the rain is just so noisy. And I'm like, you know how like in those movies where it's raining and the ship is going. And so I start saying, we've killed the whale. And I'm like, let's eat the blubber and all this stuff. And so it was absolutely, so we start crying. So then Stacey realizes that it was like that scene from Forrest Gump on the shrimp boat that it's pouring. She goes, oh my God, I'm Lieutenant Dan. And she actually is, because she didn't care about the hurricane or lack thereof, or she didn't care about the last hurricane.
Well, can we just go through it chronologically?
Yeah.
At the beginning of Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan comes on the scene, and he is a buttoned up lieutenant. What you're supposed to be. I used to be like that.
Then he gets his ass
shot.
Hang
on. I was kind of like that. I faked it. Then he goes to war, which is exactly like raising 4 daughters by yourself. I don't care what you tell me. And not really, I'm kidding, obviously. Shout out to all the veterans. Thank you for your service. And then I also never want to leave my friends behind. I'm always trying to help people before I help myself. And then I wanted to die. And then I was in a wheelchair for a little while. That wasn't very fun, but I like the idea of getting fucked from a hooker on top. I didn't get that. That's not fair.
They should give you a gift card for that when you get the wheelchair.
But then he comes to be Forrest's first mate because he promised he would. I'm a woman of my word, much like Lieutenant Dane. And I got mad at God and I yelled at him and I crazy and stood in the rain just yesterday. Today, after our game, I swam in the rain for 30 minutes, pouring fucking rain. Okay, so then Lieutenant Dan comes to the wedding, and what happens? He's got new legs. I am just like Lieutenant Dan. I don't have new legs, but I have been able to function. And I don't know, my boobs have gotten a lot bigger since I've gotten fat. So there's that. And much like Lieutenant Dan, I am getting my friend here invested in some fruit properties so he can one day be rich. And I'm going to find myself an Asian wife.
So
she's Korean? Vietnamese?
I don't know. So if she is Lieutenant Dan, that makes me Forrest. Now, Forrest picks up Lieutenant Dan and cares for him and takes him to safety. I believe that's what I have done for Stacey, because she was on the road to
He doesn't run, though. He doesn't do the
on
running.
The road to whatever.
Yeah, but I could say run, Doug, run 10 million times and you would never run.
I am running. I blew up my knee a couple years ago. I don't even think I can run anymore.
Have you done any PT?
No, I haven't. No.
Dave says Mostess, bye, I win.
Well, thanks for stopping by. He might. Well, at least now we know he didn't die from his
COVID
local disease.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, we hope.
You say a local disease, it sounds like he's got genital warts.
He's got the claps.
Dave, do you have genital warts? Inquiring minds want to know. Will you show us? Okay. So we played the game in the pool.
We did. It was probably one of the highlights of our year. And I just have this thing about her head sticking out of the deep end, and it's coming sideways, and we can't see anything, and yet we're playing. The timer is going off, and I have to get back and do my thing. Yeah, it was amazing.
I had some notes.
Dave has. I have a couple notes as well.
Dave says huge warts. Ladies, if you're interested, my friend Dave is single and
he has huge warts on his Johnson.
Yeah. You like that? What if there's some strange fetish where somebody wants to be with a man with big old warts on his dick?
I'm sure there are some.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
Maybe.
Give it texture. My God, what is wrong with me today?
Oh, so nobody guessed what...
I can't believe nobody's watching. I'm fucking hilarious tonight.
And nobody has guessed what the word salivatate means.
It just means salivate.
She salivatate.
Tracy said rib for her pleasure. One day we ordered DoorDash and I ordered ribbed condoms from 7-Eleven because they're like you can add items on, and I was like, oh, I'm doing this, and this like kid comes to the door and gives it
to me, and he's like, hey, here you go, like laughing. I didn't know
so
what was
funny. Tracy says I was literally typing as you said it. That's amazing.
It's very funny.
Great minds, baby.
I have a couple notes too.
Okay, I do too.
All right, go. Do you know?
Well, I went to the side of the pool to clean out one of the little baby flamingos, and somehow a little red thing with like pinchy feet, but it was like long and skinny, like a worm. Perhaps it was an anaconda. I'm not really sure, but it was kind of red. So the red anaconda, I don't know if it was feet or not, but I could feel it. And so I jumped, and I don't know where it went. I can't find it. It was very, very small, but I'm afraid it's in my hair, and then it's going to get in my brain and lay eggs.
You're sleeping on the couch.
Sleep on the couch.
I have good hair. I can't
even take a nap on the couch anymore. The only place I can nap is in the guest room. It's so good. I'm going to be a fucking disaster tomorrow. I did so much today and I wasn't feeling well.
Well,
I was literally in front of my computer crunching numbers all fucking day. Like
most people that
aside from getting that dirty
most people that know you call you train wreck. So there you go.
Most people don't call me train wreck.
I'm just kidding.
My head hurts.
Well, it's probably that bug.
Oh God, stop it! I'm doing that.
Apparently, there is a pig running around on the loose in Rhode Island.
Oh, I know his name.
And what's his name? Oh,
CT Top Dog. That's what his name is. It is CT Top Dog.
And so officials are saying
for $20, I'll tell you the story behind that.
Don't chase him. Don't chase the pig because he'll only run further. It's Rhode Island. How far can he run?
Well,
he doesn't want to go to Connecticut because the cops.
And you don't want to go to Pawtucket because it's gross. That was funny.
I went to Pawtucket twice in my life for
my grandfather took me to see the Paw Sox.
Yeah, I went there once.
I miss him so
much. Twice, actually. 2 kids.
I told you I had a dream about him last night. My grandfather.
And you woke up crying.
Well, I was going to try to play cribbage with him.
And why were you crying? You found out a truth about your grandfather.
He is not a Nazi. He keeps telling people my grandfather,
German name,
the World War II hero, stormed Normandy Beach on his 25th birthday after proposing to my grandmother the night before. Like a love story for all the ages. I should sell that.
Sell the story?
Oh my God.
I think it's called The Notebook.
I could write that story.
Write the story. But then you're going to have to...
Oh my God, it's such a good story.
Darcy says hello. If you want to pull her.
Doris says, hi guys, love you. And thank you, Doris. We loved you too. I can't even with Layla. Put her in her room forever and definitely get her some sort of turtleneck kind of situation. But definitely check every day for hickeys because
Layla is is Darcy's daughter, who is now in her teens.
I don't even know how old she is. I think she's like she looks like she's about to go to college.
A little less than a year or a year old when we were married. So that makes her what? 12.
All I can tell you is when I was that age, literally everybody who saw me would be like, "Oh my goodness, you've grown into such a nice young woman. Look at you." Because I was super awkward, and then I got even more awkward because I was a super tomboy, and I wore a Yankee cap, and I'm from Boston. Well, not Boston, Massachusetts. A Yankee cap and a red T-shirt that said anything a boy can do, I can do better, and construction boots that had to be special made for my narrow feet.
You have narrow feet. I have wide feet. If we had a child, it would have perfect feet.
My children all have perfect feet.
I've seen your children's feet.
I think Anna has the best feet. Anne says, Doug, I love you. Nazi it is. I gotta tell you though, when you see a picture of him, he looks like the poster boy for the Aryan Nation. Like it's not good. Like, and of course we were talking about it with our banker who's black. We're talking about how my grandfather looks like the poster child of the Aryan Nation. He goes, oh yeah, he's definitely Nazi. He did not sound like that at all, by the way. That's not what he sounded like. But I will say, like if you think of like you know how anybody with an accent, they like the more they talk, it comes out.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, I've noticed with Ken is that the more like he talked and the more like he let his hair down, the more his like stereotypically black.
Well, I don't think it was black.
Vernacular came out. He just laid back. Well, just being like a dude hanging out. Yeah, he didn't say cock or anything like that, but you know, I did.
He did say black mamba or something like that.
We could get him in trouble.
No, that was his neighbor. His neighbor said that.
His neighbor said something very strange, not appropriate.
It wasn't strange. It was probably true.
Yeah, Cape Coral code compliance would have a problem with that one. Doris said she's 11 going on 19. Yep, I was about that age.
You're still that age.
All the puberty stuff started.
You're still at that age.
Started to rub my Barbies together in a naked way.
Why did you turn Irish again?
I'm a pirate. Leave me alone.
I shaved one of my Barbies' heads and called her Sinead.
I love his impressions, but he never does them because he's afraid they're offensive. He'll do Clark for you, but Clark is so
amazing.
No, don't
Clark
do
is Clark. So amazing.
Oh my God,
Moist Mouth Doug is even better.
No, I hate Clark. I like Creature.
Creature's good, but I thought my. I don't know. I bring a lot of comedy. Like you shaved your Barbie's head and named it Sinead. That's good comedy.
I didn't do that.
I did. I just said that in my Irish accent. Did you? No.
Do you want a prostate exam?
You're getting to the part of your highness of your cannabis where you start to get really annoying. And you start to poke at me and do that. So let's wrap this thing up. I'm grateful for this show is over.
No, we're not grateful. I gotta go through the other ones. Let's see what other comments. If there's anything, you bring up yours while I look up and see.
Well, I know mine because I looked at my list and I came prepared. So I learned something about soap operas. Since they film so much and so fast, the actors don't get a chance to learn, or this you know, probably going back like when there were daytime soaps. I don't even know if there are any anymore, but apparently they had to learn so much dialogue so quickly that they couldn't really remember that much. So in order to aid their acting, that's why they always write in, and you'll know this if you ever watch a soap opera, that soap opera people are probably on the phone 4 times a show because they just have to hold it up and read cue cards because you can just stare off into space when you're on the phone versus in a scene. And so that's why
they had very high phone bills.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's why on a soap opera, there's always phone calls.
I'm saying that they must have very high phone bills. But do you know what? That would be part of their COGS, cost of goods sold, not to be confused with the creepy old guys. They have an amazing drummer.
And also Bob Barker died, and he was old, and
you're old.
He was good at what he did, and yeah. So there.
And there you have it.
Tracy says that they still have daytime soaps, and it is the same old storylines. So, I would like to go tomorrow, watch some daytime soaps, and see how many people are on the phone.
Okay. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Don't be mean.
You were like just dismissive of me. I learned something, and I was sharing it with people. It was
very intelligent.
Now these people are better for me.
So expensive.
And you're there, okay.
I still think that they had expensive phone bills.
That's not even funny.
Okay. I just think that they had.
They were calling local. Why would they have high phone bills?
How do you know where they were calling?
They were calling Springfield.
They would definitely call places overseas. That was always a big deal because they would be like, operator.
Oh well, then.
Thank you. Please connect the call. Do you remember making an overseas call?
I never made an overseas call.
I did.
In my life.
I made overseas calls.
Who'd you fucking call?
I didn't even remember. Oh, my grandmother went to Ireland. I got to call her.
Nice.
They had a code. They would like call the house and like.
They actually went to Germany. Told you it was Ireland.
They didn't trust. They used traveler's checks and they didn't trust the currency. Like they had a little bit of it, but they used traveler's checks for everything because it was like before credit cards were really big. So you bought.
Oh right, yeah, you did traveler's checks.
Yeah. And when I was working in the mall in the 90s, every once in a while somebody would come in with traveler's checks, and you're like, "What is that?" And you had like, so it gets explained to you, and then you have to explain it to people. And they're like, we can't take that. That's not money." And they're like, "Yes, you can." And you're like, "No." Like, where do you get traveler's check? Like, I want to go to someone's house and steal their traveler's check.
No, wasn't it like you got traveler's check? I don't even know if you got them in a bank. I thought you got them at a certain, like a triple A.
They were like almost like a gift card.
Yeah, but I thought you got them at like AAA or something. Like I didn't think you got traveler's
checks. You could definitely get them at AAA. I think you could get them at the bank, and I think you could eventually get them at like the mall.
Like have to still have them, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. There was like
I didn't know what to do with the traveler's check in the 90s. I can only imagine what it would be like for kids today. Trey says they still have daytime soaps and the same old storylines. I really want to watch General Hospital from the beginning. Tracy said you will be caught up from 1990. Mark says, do you know where they found Bob Barker's body? No. Was it in the Showcase Showdown?
It was. They actually dropped his casket down this ramp with a bunch of posts in it,
and he bounced back and forth.
One of any 5.
Mark says beyond door number 2. I don't know that they ever really did they do doors on Price?
Well, there was 3 choices. No, there was 2 choices.
You didn't choose. Yeah. They just opened it.
Door number 2 was Monty Hall, so that would have been Lex McGee. So traveler's checks are still used today and accepted throughout the world, though they're not as common as they once were. Today, you have fewer opportunities to use traveler's checks. They are no longer widely accepted at hotels in the U.S. or worldwide.
Well, now you know.
Are traveler checks still available at banks?
Traveler's checks are basically the green stamps of our generation.
Yeah, pretty much. Major financial institutions issue traveler's checks, and banks and credit unions sell them.
You know, I think are going to go away. TVs. I think TVs are going to stop being a thing.
And what's going to, like a projector situation?
Some sort of, maybe an implant where it's like or glasses or like a visor.
Glasses. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Because people are moving away from, like, a lot of kids don't have TVs.
Yeah, no, TVs were like a thing.
I do enjoy our smart TVs. We did a lot of research on televisions, and by we, I mean me. We have a TCL Roku. Doug had a bunch of gift cards that he got from work as a promotion.
I was an ally. Medical ally.
Yes, that he was taxed on each of these gift cards, and every time he made the company an extra $1 million, they gave him a gift card.
No, it wasn't. But Tracy will know.
Yes, I'm being exaggeratory.
Exaggeratory.
Yes.
I know something screaming over there.
I hear it.
Is it a kid?
Pet?
Should we worry?
Sounds like a pet. That's a bird. That's a wild
that's why
bird.
I said it's like a bird.
That's a wild bird making a crazy noise. Mark says it's really funny. Sorry, you guys forgot you guys weren't on Let's Make a Deal. So I'm trying to buy health insurance, and let me just run some preliminary information by you. It's like $464 with a $5,000 deductible. And the funny thing is, like, I just need it in case, not for me, I have Medicare because of my disability, but Doug has, Doug's, we do mostly hippy dippy stuff, but if something big happened, we want him to be able to go, like, he cut his arm off using the blender. That'd be pretty impressive. That's a really good fucking blender, but it's,
I'd have to be really slow in turning it off.
Well, your hand is in there. If it's your dominant hand, or you're holding something, or you're in shock, maybe you're having a stroke while you use the blender. Sorry, what's wrong with me? Anyway, Doug, if Doug loses an arm, I need to be able to have insurance. But here's the problem. If Doug loses an arm, I really don't have the money to pay for this. So I can't afford the low deductible policy, but the high deductible policies are like $700 a month. So it's like for $2,500 versus $5,000. So it's like I could save up that money, but money's really tight right now. Like, is it the kind of is it the kind of thing that we spend the money on? But like right now, if something happened to Doug, I would literally be homeless. How long could I get? What? If I max out all our credit cards, I could make it 6
Then they'd
months.
have you arrested because most of the credit cards are in my
Yeah, but then I would have a place to live.
Oh, jail.
I'd have a place to live. Jail.
And a gym.
I think I'd do pretty well in jail. I get myself a wife. Good times. Okay. So hear this. Now hear this. Did you share that picture? Or do I need to do it?
What picture?
You know what picture. The post that you saw today on the Facebooks of a fucking fantastic event.
Oh, yeah. This is very important.
Of the Sanibel. Let's see if I can airdrop this bitch.
Sanibel is probably the causeway is about 15 minutes away from here. It got destroyed in the last hurricane, but
but to drive there, it's like 40 minutes.
That's not 40.
Why is this not there? Oh, here, I have to say your name. You have the cutest little butt. Do you know that you have the cutest little butt?
I do now.
Everybody in America knows. Where is it? Where is it?
We should be prepared. Oh, you sent it to me. I'm declining that, and I'm going to send this.
That's so stupid.
To my
Tracy is puking. I don't know what you're puking about, sweetheart, but maybe have some ginger. That'll help. It's just canceled. I didn't cancel that.
Here it comes.
Y'all are gonna lose your fucking mind.
Y'all gonna make you lose your mind.
Up in here. Up in here. Your screen. Window. For some reason, mine won't do it. Look what was on fucking Sanibel today. Wow, spotted. This is from Matt Winkweather. Rare flamingos. Spotted on the Sanibel Causeway in Southwest Florida after hurricane. Dahlia? I didn't even learn her name. Jared Hubbard.
Thank you, Jared, for your
holy fuck. If we were not so busy today, we would have dropped everything and gone out there.
So my guess is that we know there's some flamingos up like Sarasota up that way. I don't know if
there's a bunch in Miami.
Yeah, and I don't know if they flew down here or flew up here or what, but they were seeking refuge from a hurricane on the very spot that got washed into the ocean last hurricane. So
the other thing is we were coming back from Pine Island one day and we saw what I was convinced were flamingos. But then we were like, oh, well, maybe they were spoonbills. But now I'm really convinced that they were flamingos. But that is fucking cool as fucking shit if you ask me.
And we did some research on flamingos that one of the first breeding pair was at Hialeah Racetrack in the pond in the middle.
We want to go so bad.
And they only race horses there once a year now, but they do simulcasting as a casino and stuff, but the racetrack's still there and the flamingos are still there. So we want to go and check it out because that would be amazing.
Something. We should go. Me, you, and Zach go to Busch Gardens, but then I realized that you probably can't do that.
Oh, what now? After
the high blood pressure?
No, high blood pressure too. But they just had a hurricane up there, and I don't know how they got flooded pretty bad up there. So.
Oh, well, also sad for them, and really sad for all the people that had gotten hit. Our pal Huddy's house is fine. But he's got a lot of trees. I have offered to use a chainsaw. I like to use a chainsaw.
Ring, ding, 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 ding. You like to watch
Cedar Key
chainsaw because of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes, I do. Don't fuck with me. So Cedar Key is a cute little island town, and they took a direct hit, and apparently they're in rough shape.
Both bridges were underwater.
Definitely say a prayer for people. I got to tell you, there's still people waiting for their money from the last hurricane. Like, it's ridiculous. People are homeless. They've lost their businesses. They've lost their jobs. It's fucking unreal. We were so lucky to be through it the way we were. Trace said the cost of insurance is what I'm puking at. Yeah, tell me about it. Especially since we will not go to the doctor. They're useless. And then if you want the right lab ordered, it's not covered by insurance anyway. You got to pay out of pocket. Trace says flamingos.
Pretty amazing.
And then Donna says, hope you're safe. Say Fort Myers was bad and Sanibel Island. I don't think
they were okay. They got kind of battered a little bit, but
I think that the news definitely exaggerates. But I will tell you that although I don't know that they did about Ian, but they definitely exaggerated about this storm.
No, there was no exaggerating Ian. The problem was this storm, everybody was preparing for the worst, right? And it was bad, but you know how the news is, they go, there's a puddle, oh my God, right, whatever. Much like the blizzards up north. But this storm was a Cat 4 hitting up there, and they have not had that, and it's not the same as it was. So a Cat 4 for them, there was
Doug, we had afternoon storms that were worse than this.
But here's the thing. It was for us, it was nothing. It was nothing. What I'm saying. But for them, it was very serious storm that should be taken very seriously.
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you about that. But what I am saying is they're watching, they're watching the news and asking if the news, and I'm suggesting that the news is exaggerating what happened in Cape Coral.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the news up there. I'm sure they are not exaggerating it there, but here it was a afternoon rainstorm at best.
Yeah, it was not bad here.
It was like our normal rainstorms that we get every afternoon usually. Actually, we've had like a tenth of as many rainstorms this year as we had last year.
The important thing on this storm is that it went where they thought it was going to go, whereas Ian did not go where they thought it was going to go, and it got to a 5, or close to a 5. So very similar in that, but obviously it didn't. Like, I think if it hit us, it would have hit us as a Cat 1 versus going up and hitting as a Cat 4. But the storm surge on this was like 15 feet, like 12 to 15 feet, which is 12 and 15 feet of water. So go to the beach and figure 15 feet from your feet to that's where the water is. So that's it was insane. So I watched some of the footage, but here, no, everything was great here. We even played our badminton game in it, and it was fun.
Donna said, okay, so it's Donna. I need to find a book editor.
A book editor.
Yeah, hear me out. I tell all these ridiculous stories on this podcast. I have them all transcribed.
Yeah.
If I gave them to a book editor, they could turn them into a book.
A book editor.
What do you mean?
Go on Fiverr and get yourself a book editor for $8 an hour.
If I could, I would, but I can't. So I swear to God, that millipede's coming out at any minute. So it is a 9:20. Oh my God, I got a text today. Can't even with you. I do want to say this before I forget the topic, that if you are going to, I just deleted what I was going to talk about. Fuck. I got a text today. So it's actually not really a text. It's like a text notification of a voicemail that you get, but it's like a transcription. So I had this random ass fucking message.
Oh geez.
And it said, "Hi, my name is, and I'm not a telemarketer, but I'm calling to introduce you to a website, gw.org. Go ahead, check that out. Do you believe that it was created? And I thought it was really interesting. And because what you believe and how life began really does matter. It is something, if you ever thought about, that's what it sounds like. It's not me. I wonder, but you can turn into jw.org and read a beautiful and colorful magazine with this title, right? Was life created? Find out how God made those beautiful, wonderful creatures instinctively wise. You may also like the owl's wing,
Was that designed? You and your family will surely enjoy these beautiful illustrations. So I hope you have a nice day. Look at something colorful and sweet. Bring your kids too. All right, then bye.
Okay. Well, I'm on the website.
So I know what website it is. And my response was, I'm not that kind of girl. I'm hilarious. No, seriously. I'm not that kind of girl.
So the featured article is Prejudice. Are you infected? And also featured is, what does the Bible say about today's food shortages? And if today's food shortages, if the fact that Target was out of toilet paper and water, I might pay attention. But
I will say
this great image of the mom and the daughter looking forlorn at a can of beans, of diet beans.
I will say this, given the fact that the original texts were written in fucking Aramaic or whatever the fuck it was, pretty sure that the Bible can be translated and manipulated any the way they fucking want to. So there.
So I'm looking at the sub-level links.
It could say Target.
Select a topic that interests you. Bible questions answered. Oh, this might be a handy site. Peace and happiness, faith in God, marriage and family.
I can just have arguments with them. That'd be fun.
Help for teenagers, activities for children, science in the Bible, history in the Bible, and frequently asked questions. Nowhere does it talk about light up butt plugs.
My favorite does in Ecclesiastes. I will say this. My favorite people are people that will discuss religion and spirituality. I love that shit.
Now I have a place to go for my questions.
And perhaps some sort of suffering on your birthday. Okay, so buying health insurance sucks. Thank you for your support. Donna is laughing her ass off. Donna hopes we stay safe.
Tracy laughing.
Yes, I said that. I did read something about somebody had posted that they keep bacon before a hurricane. They make bacon and they put it in their pockets, so in case they get lost, they have like a rescue dog will come for them first. Damn fool! What you do is you cook the bacon ahead of the hurricane. You save the bacon grease. You take the bacon, you put it in your pocket, and you put the bacon grease all over your body. And then the dogs come find you. So you have a snack and they're attracted to you. And you have a nice moisturizer.
And you can put peanut butter on your junk.
That's another way to do it. If that's what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, my husband wants to put peanut butter on his junk. I will not be going near them because I am allergic to peanuts. Yeah, I had a few other things, but honestly, I'm exhausted and getting cold. So let's do some gratitude. We'd love to. They don't celebrate birthdays. That's why I said it. It's fucking weird. So he said he'd be miserable on his birthday. Fucking weirdos. Anyway, so great gratitude. We're grateful for you, one person who is still with us. Thank you, Tracy. We love you. You're our masterest haters of
all
the
time.
Mastery. You're the
Master
queen master hater. You're queen master hater.
Queen of clams.
She's
the queen of clubs.
Tracy Marie, queen of clams.
I'm
and master hater.
Sardine of Sardinia.
Okay, we'll knight you at some point, or you can knight us. Could you knight us? That would be nice. She's got a fucking castle now. She might as well knight us. Okay, nice. I'm freezing. So grateful for you guys. Grateful for Doug. Grateful for playing Get That Dirty Cock Away From Me. Grateful for West the Rat Guy. Grateful Grateful for flamingos. Grateful we're safe. Grateful that our friend Huddy's house is okay, even though he's got some stuff to deal with. And nobody. Well, I don't know if there's any reports of injuries.
A couple deaths. I think they were car crash related because.
I don't see if it's a car crash. You can't really call that a hurricane death. That's a car crash. Because
don't quote me on that. I don't know. I just saw something on the feed.
But I would argue that thankfully what's being posted about the news in Fort Myers and Cape Coral seems to be exaggerated.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're fine.
Nobody died.
Really. We're fine. Some guy got to the Waffle House and got a paper cut from his napkin.
That did
really hard.
Don't make things up. No fake news here.
Can you prove that no one got a paper cut from a napkin at a Waffle House?
I could probably call around. I'll call corporate.
Well, you could probably do that because Waffle House today? No one who's ever gone to a Waffle House knows how to use a napkin. I kid. I fucking love Waffle House. And Zach doesn't get until 1:30 Saturday night. We're totally going to Waffle House. You're going to come?
30 in the morning.
Yes. Come on, it'll be like we're kids again.
God.
And
you're going to be in the Jeep.
Dude, it'll be such a good
Go to a
adventure.
Waffle House.
We have to in a bad neighborhood. We're going to hang out with all the drunk people that just got out of the clubs. That'll be so much fun.
Maybe.
Me and Doug and my Christian friend. Tracy's LOL done. Anna's laughing. Tracy just, I don't know what that was, but it was beautiful.
That's a king that you've been knighted.
Oh, I've been knighted. Thank you.
Oh, or her crown of clams.
Oh my God.
The crown of clams. I'm making you a hat of
clam
shells.
Can you please remember this?
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that. That's hysterical. A crown of clam
Please
shells.
hold. Tracy, cover your ears.
What was it?
Okay, so hear me out. We go get a bunch of clams.
Yeah.
And we make crowns for Tracy and Becky, and they can be the queen and the queen of the castle of the clam. Oh my God. Shh. Okay.
Oh, we make them a sign.
And a sign.
Yeah. And a thing, and a toilet
seat. All right. I do see toilet seats like there's all around the town. So I think you have the new toilet seat. So grateful that you were fine through the rain. Thankfully for the cute baby lizard you found, and thankful for waffle houses. And I'm thankful that I do not have blue waffle disease. I highly recommend you look that up.
No, don't look it up.
What?
Don't look up blue waffle. Anything. No, don't.
I don't know why I'm doing this. It's fun though.
I don't know either.
Okay, so I'm really thankful for the pool. I'm thankful for our accountant Megan. I'm grateful for our attorney Tammy. I'm grateful for Ken. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful. My friend Christina sent me a duck today. Bless the rat guy.
I was grateful for my new Cramps shirt that
thanks.
buddy Brent
Thanks,
sent
Brent.
me. That was very nice.
And I'm always thankful for Doug, and I'm thankful that he's gonna make me a snack.
And I'm thankful for Hope.
If I promise to behave myself, will you make me a snack?
What kind of snack am I gonna make?
Oh, I have the munchies.
Oh.
Can I lick you?
No.
Why not?
Say goodnight to the people.
Can I just lick you one time?
No, I don't want licking. I want to get out of this stupid pool, and I want to get out of these wet pants. And you're starting to be in that phase of your highness that it's like.
Well, guys, I'm grateful for you, even though my
grandfather wants to lick me, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be licked.
Why do you want to be licked
on the arm? I don't want to be licked on the arm.
Maybe I'll lick you wherever you want. How about that?
No, that's a better idea than whatever you have in mind.
I'm not gonna do it now. You're giving me attitude.
I'm gonna lick your nostril. I'm gonna lick your ear hole.
Why do you want to be licked in the nostril and the ear hole?
I don't want that. Not that kind
Marital
of
hate.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Love you guys.
See you tomorrow.
We should start